It's about as bad as I've ever had red function. Whatever, though. It happens. I did throw game one, so... Ironically, when Larry was manning this league last night, he threw against humans as well. So that's 2 matches of humans we lost in that league where a game got punted away. Let's try and not do that this league. No more punting. Mono red is not a deck you can make many mistakes with, that is for sure. Not amazing, but it's... Man, dude. Why do all these hands have to just be so medium? Where are my busted draws? As it is, I think we keep it. We do this on... We're going to Kumano on turn 2 with this hand, I think, to get the Spectacle off. Could I guess upkeep play with fire instead of doing that, but I think I'd rather conserve the play with fire for later. Oh, there's a world where you just lead on Kumano, then plan on upkeep playing with fire. No companion revealed, and yeah, whatever. Just gonna say go. Black-red. That's really, really bad for me. Assume they... Oh, they might take a light up. Okay, they take the Kumano. It's fine. I think I'm just gonna... Man, that's close. Do I care about taking a bunch of damage against black-red? Kind of. But I also like having the option to channel this later. Let's start here, I guess. Let's see what's on top of my deck. A Den. Not amazing, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to do it this way. Man, I am just hitting about as bad as possible in every situation. It's pretty ridiculous. There's no way I'm supposed to bottom a Den there. It's like... God dang it, man. Chandra, I guess, would have been really bad too, but... Play this. Go. Can't light up. Can't put Obosh in hand. Pretty frustrating. I'm getting stomped. Sure. Sure. That was a really good draw, actually. Play this, plus deal you a damage, add a mana, light up the stage, see if we can hit a different untapped land to skewer the Bone Crusher. Okay. Not that bad, but annoying. Still multiple spells. I don't know how upset I can be, but... Sure, double stomp it. Guess that's fine. Them drawing 3 Bone Crushers is a little tilting, but... How do I want to play this? I feel like I just cast both of these. Could consider holding the land for Liliana Plus or Kroxa, but I think we're going to want 5 mana this game anyway. Just get the most out of my cards here. Go. Still got Obosh as well, so... That's... Yep. It's pretty bad for me, for sure. Well, that does let me double spell, I suppose. Could fire up Den of the Bugbear here too, actually. And attack with, like, just Den. Then he doesn't take any damage. I would have to send the Bone Crusher too. And then he just goes block, block, take 1. It's not very good. I think I'd rather do this. Kill off the Blood Tithe attack. Could kill this off, but taking the damage is pretty awkward. Can put a Bosch in hand here, so it's not the worst. Okay. Trip Bone Crusher gonna be tough to play through here for me. Them playing that as a land is gotta be bad news. Yep. Plus, really, Edict. Okay, I did not expect that. I expected just plus and get the Obosh there, but they must have like a Dreadbore in hand. It's the only way you'd make that play, I think. Okay, that was a really good draw. Question is, hit them or kill the Liliana? I think I have to respect the Liliana here and get it off the board, but maybe not. Them plussing Liliana is almost actively good for me here, although they can deploy 2 cards very easily. Yeah, we'll get rid of this Lily, I think. Something I'll have to deal with later. May as well just get rid of it now. Main deck Heartless Act. It's pretty brutal. Yep. Yep. Is Fire Up Den Attack a real play, or do I have to use it to block? Might have to use it to block in this game. The chick obviously gonna send. Play this. Don't think we're winning if we're attacking with Den here. They just eat the 1/1, take 3. This has got to be this play. Now they can fire up their own Den. eat this, and I think I do this. I think I take 6, go to 3. See what we can do here. It's a pretty good draw. I'm going to attack with a Phoenix Chick. Go stomp your guy. That doesn't work because they have Hive. Ironically, all that damage I took earlier now coming back to haunt me. The damage from the ruins. If they attack with both, I'm dead. If they just fire up Hive, I lose the game. I'm going to make them see it, but... God dang it. Frustrating start to the day. I feel like I'm just getting punished for every decision I make, and I'm not even, like, convinced that I'm making incorrect decisions. Like, trying to leverage this to get 1-1s off it, I think is, like, perfectly reasonable. But things just did not line up correctly at all. And the 3 or 4 points of damage I took off this that I didn't have to, certainly causing us to die here. Can't block. Yep. Maybe I was just not supposed to try and leverage it. I don't know. I don't even know that I'm supposed to bring in much of anything here. Soul Guide Lantern to attack Kroxa might be necessary. But other than that, that's probably all we want. I think I might actually want Soul Guide Lantern to attack Kroxa. Because Kroxa is just so hard for us to beat. Chain Whirler is interesting as well, trying to get a little bigger. Could resubmit. I think Wild Slash is pretty medium here. So it's either 2 Chain Whirlers or 2 Soul Guides. I'm going to try 2 Soul Guides. Kroxa is just so hard for us to beat that I think this is acceptable. Alright, this hand is nuts. Let's go. Definitely a lead on Kumano hand. I think it's a lead on Kumano hand. It might not be, actually. Let's think about the sequencing here. We definitely do this. I guess, no, it's lead on this, then play Kumano light up next turn. I like that. Go. That's good for me. Okay, it can come through for us later, hopefully. Wild Slash should probably be better, but hey, it redraws, so better than nothing. Whoa, Frank Karsten, thanks for the raid, man. Appreciate that. Let's attack. Double land off the light up, pretty gross. Yeah, it's not good for me. Not great for me. Okay, that was pretty nice, though. Well, we're going to play the one that has utility. And thank you Thank you very much, Frank, for the follow. Appreciate that too, my friend. All right, let's do this. I guess I could have played Soul Guide there for, like, no value, but yeah, it would have gotten me more damage. I don't know. Holding it's kind of interesting. Pumping my guys next turn to get through Bone Crusher with the 1 is interesting. Alright, give me a second here. I think I should probably turn off these alerts, huh? Alert box. Alright, let's get rid of that. Alright, well, they did have Croxa, so I am getting max rewarded for holding. I've played 2 matches today. We mulliganed to 4 in my first game against the Enigmatic deck, and then lost a... It wasn't really that close of a game 3, to be honest. And then last match, I lost to Humans, but I punted game 1. I went through my upkeep on a Play with Fire when I should have Play with Fired on the upkeep, bottomed the bad card on top, and then I did have Lethal on top. So that one I blame on myself. So I'm 0-2 so far today, but I do think the deck's really good. This is my first time playing this iteration of the deck. Typically when I've played Mono Red, I've been bigger. But I've noticed that this deck's just, like, super popular. So I wanted to give this a try. Definitely curious to see how good we are against Rakdos. We lost game 1, but this game's looking pretty good. Typically, though, Karsten, when I've played Mono Red in this format, things have gone pretty well for me. I think I've gotten 2 or 3 5-0s with various versions, so I really do like Red in this format a lot. Hasn't been a great start to the day thus far, but I think that's okay. Maybe I should have actually popped the Soul Guide here. I'm not sure. That's kind of interesting. I think just hiding the card is acceptable. Just popping it on his end step makes sense to me. Shieldred? Oh, God. All right, well, that's going to be a problem. We don't have many... We just don't have an answer to this card, actually, at all. That's not good. Not good. Okay, that is interesting, though. Oh, we can 2-for-1 ourselves and get it off the table. That's what we're going to have to do here. I guess I just play Chandra. I think I'm going to attack first and not alert him that I don't... Yeah, let's attack him first. I guess if I plus skewer this... Yeah, I just need to attack and hope he blocks. If he doesn't, like, best play from him here is not blocking. Okay. Well, let's hope we don't have to beat another one. Deal the damage to you. Spectacle this. Go. Still have a Obosh in our companion zone, and we have a Chandra in play. Them at 6, so it's going to be close. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. That's a pretty good one there. They're probably leaving up Fatal Push here, I feel like. Okay, that's kind of a good draw. How do I want to do this? I don't really want to let that thing flip. So, what if we do... I kind of want to keep ticking it up for damage and mana, to be completely honest. They're like getting within range of just getting burned out. So I guess the play here is probably this. 1U, stomp you, just play Bone Crusher. It's going upstairs. Face is the place. Go. If they have a Fatal Push, I assume they'll use it here. Maybe they just don't have one. Okay. Or they might be saving it for Den of the Bugbear, because Den of the Bugbear is certainly something they want to respect. But they're in a lot of trouble now. We have them at effectively 1. I can go ping shoot with Ruins now. They do have a trespasser that can, like, turn and eat, but it turning sideways is pretty awkward. Okay. Okay. Liliana Edict me. They're dead. They're just literally dead. To me, going uptick Ramanap or uptick Denyu literally doesn't matter what I do. Yeah. Alright, cool. I guess they just had to hope I didn't see it or something. We'll kill him with this, just for the rub-ins. You... Alright. Well, that was nice. I feel like if our opponent doesn't block with Shieldred, we might lose that game. And, yeah, HS for sure. I mean, I don't think I'm changing much. The Soul Guide actually came through pretty clutch there. I don't think I want a third copy. I think Play with Fire is still pretty important. We do need to kill Blood Tides, potentially kill Dens, potentially go face and get Scries. But the two Soul Guide felt good. Of course, it's going to feel good when they draw Croxa, obviously, but it's like, even if we draw it and they don't have a Croxa, like, it's not the end of the world. This hand is very mid. This has been most of my 7s today, unfortunately. We have not had many, like, 2 or 3 landers with a bunch of spells. I keep having to, like, make decisions on these very middle-of-the-road hands. I think I have to keep this, but it's not good. This is not a good hand. Yeah, I agree, for sure. The Obosh version just doesn't have many good options. You can play Lightning Axe, but that's embarrassing. You could play Rending Flame like they're doing in Standard, I guess. You could play Soul Seer. So you do have options to kill Shieldred. The obviously best one is Roast. I think I just have to keep this hand. I don't know. Maybe we could get a better 6. Would I keep 3 lands in these 3 cards? I would. Do I think the average 6 looks better than that? It's close. Stomp is, like, good against them, but it's not great. I'm going to keep it, but this is, again, just definitely a hand that could go awry very quickly. Really need to not draw lands with this hand, that is for sure. Alright, that counts as a spell. That's fine. That counts as a spell. Go. I honestly think Shieldred is just kind of cracked in general, to be honest. That card has been super impressive for me. I guess we just play another Kumano here. Mountain Kumano, go. Could hold the Kumano. I don't think that's right. There's some argument to do it, though, because... Problem is, Stomp just doesn't do much here, right? I mean, I guess it does if they have Fable. What if I just leave up Stomp here? And then next turn I have Kumano, Spectacle. The problem is next turn I kind of want to put Obosh in my hand, but that's kind of a reason to hold this longer, is I can get a counter on that Obosh, which then kills the Heartless Act we've seen out of him already. We know he's playing at least 1 copy of Heartless Act in his deck. Probably over the Abrade, I would imagine. Oh, yeah, HS for sure. It's kind of ridiculous. I guess I'm just going to leave up Stomp. And we'll see if he has, like, a Fable. I mean, he's just going to play literally any other 3-drop here. There's no way he's going to walk into Bone Crusher Giant. It's, like, too obvious. Okay, do nothing. I think that's fine. I think next turn I'm just going to try and attack for 2. I guess they're going to stomp my guy. I could in turn stomp the guy that he tries to stomp. That actually might be the play I make, to be honest. And then I can play this, deploy this on the following turn. Yeah, I think that is what we're going to do, actually, to be honest. Play this. Combat. Attack for 2. I assume he tries to kill this, and then I stomp my own guy. Really? Does he have extinction events or something in his hand? He could have a Shieldred, I guess. I kind of want to take this turn to just get Obosh in my hand, but we could just do this, get him under more pressure, still threaten the stomp. Yeah, I guess I just do that, and still stomp my own guy, although it's feeling like he just doesn't have anything. Just going to play this game very patiently. Don't know if that's right, because Shieldred is just going to mess me up here. Yeah. Alright, I think I need to quit being patient with this. Stomp you, because I obscure the critics. I can then cast this as a 5/4 and attack. Maybe. I guess I can't do that and still skewer, huh? Yeah, it's not a good play. Still might be right to hold it. I think we can get more out of this. It's tough. I'm going to stomp him. I guess I could, like, stomp and skewer this, but... Is that a real play? Is just play this, stomp this, skewer this real? That might actually be real. That's, I guess, what I'm going to try, thinking about it more. Or at least leave myself the option to do that. Yeah, I agree. Well, not an impressive way to deal with Shieldred, but a way to deal with it nonetheless. HS, I think we found the right line. Oh god, is it another one? Please no. Please no. Have mercy. Have mercy, Rakdos player. Oh god, dude. No wonder he kept such a slow hand. I just, like, have to attack and then play with fire this, right? There's just, like, no other option. I guess I could... One play I guess I have, too, is if we top deck... So I could go Kumano... Ugh. I could put Obosh in my hand and just, like, play Kumano here and then try to top deck an untapped land so I can just play with fire this for 4 damage. Oh, Red Sim, I was talking about that. If he had Stomp, it counters his Stomp. So then he doesn't get a Bone Crusher later. Yeah, I know I get blown out to push. Yeah, I don't know. Do we attack here? This is tough. I just feel like the most winning line is probably put this in my hand. He does not have push. He seems to be F6ing all the time, so we're just going to try this. Let's see what happens. Yeah, Bone Man with counters wasn't terrible, I guess, if we would have attacked and then played with fire. Yeah, maybe that was better. That may have been a better line, honestly. I think it's close, though. Yeah, this is the problem with this line for sure. Alright, well, we're going to play this. If he's smart, he just sacks his zombie. Maybe he's stupid and doesn't put counters on this Kalitas here. Okay. This guy is a maniac. I'm just going to pass. There's no real reason to exchange one of these for nothing. Let's see if he sacks a zombie, I guess. You've got to be kidding me. All right. Kill this. Opponent doing his best to give us a shot here. Please don't have another Dreadbore. That would be bad. But Heartless Act now doesn't do anything. We've seen that's in his deck, so... Yeah. Not in good shape, I'll tell you what. Okay. Okay. They are down to one card, but... Huh. Obviously going to cast this. When it still seems to have nothing. They can just send the 2/2 at Liliana. I don't want to throw away cards here, so let's just do this. Yep. I have a bad feeling their last card is like an extinction event. Go. At least, like, if Liliana is going to be plussing, they have to make all their moves now. Okay, no plus on that, huh? It's fine with me. No play at all, so their hand's just double kill spell? Probably. Alright. Oh, God. Alright. Give me a Soul Guide off the top one time, please. One time with the Soul Guide Lantern. Oh, God, that is just filthy there. Yep. So I have to hit the Liliana, otherwise he just Edicts and Recroxes me, so... play this. Hit the Lily. Go. Probably going to sack a Ruins here. Yep. Oh, they could... Yeah, whatever they drew, they could just use the Lily anyway. I don't think I can beat a Croxa in play. I don't even know that it's possible. Oh, we tried to fight through, but Shieldred plus Kalitas plus late game Croxa, I just like cannot beat these cards with the way this deck is constructed right now, I don't think. Maybe I'm supposed to have the third Soul Guide in the matchup, I don't know. I wouldn't have cut a land for it, I can tell you that much, so it's hard to say things would have been much different. They attack, I discard, they Edict, you can put them to... Oh, is there any chance to win? I don't know. I don't believe there is, but maybe there's some obscene sequence of draws that can kill them. It would have to involve light up the stage, but I can't enable Spectacle's the issue. Alright, them not edicting has to be a mistake. I think I actually... Oh, I have to use this, because I have to discard it anyway. So this goes upstairs. Yeah, we're just pretty dead here, I think. What if I don't sack the ruins? I'm just trying to think if there's any world where I can win. Obviously, I need to block. The only way I can win this game is like exactly some insane sequence, and I just need lands, because light up, the first light up has to be 3 mana. Okay, well this is the only way we can win. Alright, well, that puts an end to that. Yeah, I'm not... That Rakdos matchup with this build does not seem great to me, but... Rough start to the day. To be fair, like, I keep opening these exact hands, these 4-land hands. It's just, like, one of the worst hands you can open because, like, mulliganing and keeping are both awkward. Like, God. Maybe I stopped keeping these, like, slightly sketch hands. I don't know. It's close. At least this hand can, like, pick up Obosh. I'm going to try it, but yet again, just very unimpressive opener. The 4-landers are so tricky. Same with the 1-landers, because, like, they can work out well, but they can also just not do anything, you know? It's... At least we have a Ramanap Ruins, I guess, too. So we've got some functionality in one of the lands.
Okay. I found tapped go, so... Ooh, okay, that was like a perfect draw, honestly. Just a threat. Very good here. Play this, play this. I wonder if they're just playing blue-white control with no Yorion with that lead, or if they're... I don't know. A few things they could certainly be still. They're currently 0-3 in the league, which is... Ah, they're playing Spirits. Okay.
Yikes, that was not the draw we wanted. Oh, thank you, Sir Daniel. Are we better now? All good? Alright. Sorry about that, guys. So we're just going to play Ruins and I think skewer their creature here. Little awkward to skewer this because I know they're just going to like play a 2-3 next turn, but I think I kind of am just priced into this. I really don't want to trade a threat against a deck that is pretty bad against mono threats. We just need to top deck another burn spell, ideally, and not another mountain. But at the end of the day, we can always put Obosh in our hands, so... Not going to do nothing with our next turn, but... Love, you know, a spell. Most of them will do. Just going to leave up Queller, or are you going to put in the 2-3 Lord? I'm going to put in the 1-3 Lord, leave up Flash in Spectral Sailor. That's concerning to me. Or slip out the back. Worst possible draw there. So the problem with... I could, like, bluff attack here, but the problem is he's kind of just incentivized to call. I have a bad feeling there's just going to be a Spectral Sailor here. But if he doesn't have exactly Spectral Sailor, the attack is good. We're going to get a little dangerous. He's not necessarily forced to call, right? Because if he flashes in Sailor and he goes block block and I had a burn spell, like, it's just kind of embarrassing. This is so awkward though. I really feel like he has a Spectral Sailor. I don't know that I can afford to not attack, though. But yeah, the good news is we only lose one creature out of this. Double block? Yeah, that's much better. Okay. That block makes, like, no sense, to be honest. If I have the burn spell, I just put neg counters on the Supreme Phantoms, so the double block here makes actual 0 sense. Because I would assign 1 damage to each and then kill them both. Anyway, yep, you got me. I have nothing. Doesn't matter where I assign the damage, we can't kill either one. I think this play was still correct, but I'm not sure. First of all, they had to have Spectral Sailor. Second of all, they had to call that we had nothing. They should not have blocked with the 1-3 at all. I think it's just a bad block. Because any of the instant speed burn spells, and there are 10 of them, at least 10 of them, right? 2 Wild Slashes. Even a Spike Field Hazard there is pretty bad for them. So kind of just like 12 disaster cards that I could have, but I probably hesitated too long on the attack. Should have just snapped it off at the beginning of the main phase, made it more awkward, but then he just wouldn't have blocked with this, when still just like blocks with this, so it really didn't matter that much. Yeah. Oh, they can't Spell Queller in Obosh. That's the good news. So here comes Obosh. I'm just going to pass. That is very true, Daniel. And we're also just not going to attack. Feel like they flash in Queller here just to get some pressure. It could be Nebelgast Herald too, Rattle Chains. That's frustrating, because now every spirit in their deck will have Flash. It's kind of impossible for me to play around much of anything. Okay. Yeah, Shacklegeist would be disgusting. Deals 2 damage, I guess. How do we want to attack? Do I just send everything? Sending everything is kind of tempting, to be honest. Because, like, these trade with everything at the moment. I think I'm just going to send all. Let's see what he does. Let's put the decision on him. Sitting here and waiting, I don't think favors me very much, so... Worst possible is Selfless Spirit here for me. Okay, that's pretty annoying, but... God, this being a 3-3 is really frustrating. I wonder if I need to just do this. And just hope their last card is not exactly another Supreme Phantom or another Rattle Chains. They only have 1 card. I guess the problem with stomping this... Maybe that's bad, actually. Maybe I just stomp... elsewhere. Why would they target? That's an odd target to me. I guess let's just wait and see what they do. I think they're just going to double block the Obosh. So they're going to... Targeting this is really awkward because actually any spirit gets it out of range of dying, which I hate. It's possible, Daniel, but then I just get screwed to another Rattle Chains. I was trying to be patient. Maybe I just kill the Rattle Chains now. That makes it so they have to have exactly another Lord or another Rattle Chains. I definitely want the Prowess trigger. And then their blocks are not going to be particularly good. Yeah, I think I'm willing to get blown out by exact perfects here. It's a tough one here. But now both my Swiss Spears are doing 4 damage, so those are huge threats. Obosh obviously does 6. Alright, that happened, which is huge. So now, I cannot believe they ate Phoenix Chick instead of a Swift Spear in this spot. It makes no sense to me. Just like have a 3-3 that can eat the chick. Now they're going to lose their board. Sure, that doesn't kill it. This doesn't even kill the Obosh. What do they have here? Oh yeah, it does. It's a 3-5. What am I talking about? Do I not? Oh, it assigns it all to Icy. I'm not used to playing Obosh. Still think this went okay for us, but... Obosh is weird. It doesn't technically have, like, double strike. It just deals all of that one instance double damage to that one card. And I'll play it. No real reason not to. It's actually a... Okay, so they have Queller as their last card, or Coco? It's Queller. That's fine. I don't really care that much. So I'm just going to send Bone Crusher here. Then they can trade off the Wanderer with it. It's pretty annoying. I almost wonder if I don't even attack here. Is trading off with this good for me? I guess it is, because I'm trying to just top deck Skewer for lethal. We have 3 of those. We have like multiple light ups. All of those lethal. So I think this trade is actually acceptable. I don't know, though. We could wait 1 turn. Problem is things don't get much better for me. I think we just need to play to the Skewer. Maybe I was supposed to not play the Phoenix Chick at all in the main 1 and second main the Phoenix Chick. Although they had to have exactly Queller there. I don't know that I'm supposed to play scared there. Okay. It's an interesting attack. Don't know if I love getting in the red zone if I'm them yet, but... Because now any heat... Like, obviously I don't know what their last card is, but any haste threat can potentially put them to 2 now. Maybe they just have another Queller in their hand. That's kind of what that play says to me, is I have another Spell Queller in my hand, but... I can't play around it. Like, we just have to play our cards. I'm definitely going to plus to deal a damage here, so that way any deal 2 is lethal now. So even though the mana is not useful here, the 1 damage is massive. And I'm just going to say go. So what is their last card? It's not Queller. It's almost certainly not Coco. It's another Sailor, I see. Okay. That's pretty annoying. Well, they're dead to a lot of stuff. I mean, a lot of stuff. Ramanap Ruins, Play with Fire, Bone Crusher Giant, Skewer the Critics. Just have a million ways to kill our opponent here. They're going to Coco main phase here. Or are they going to draw a card main phase? Sure. Gotta kill my Chandra. No way you can leave that in play. Yeah. Chandra down. That attack is interesting. Trying to just give me as few top decks as possible, I guess. I was about to say, I get trying to slow down the clock, but if you do that, a Swift Spear also kills you off the top, assuming you have nothing. Now, they might have another Rattle Chains, but how about another Mountain? How about another Mountain for me? Even a Sokenzan killed them in this spot if they had nothing, especially if they would have attacked with this. I think I'm going to act like I... Playing this means later I can light up into Ramanap Ruins, potentially, so I probably just have to play it. It's obvious I have nothing. If I had anything, they'd be dead, so... Go. Rattle Chains. That explains why they thought about attacking. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 8, 9, 10, 11... Another Lord here kills me anyway, I think, right? Yeah, 11 plus 5. So I'm just dead to another Lord. Yep. Here's hoping. I don't think this resolves in any world, but I feel like we're getting quelled again. That's a Coco, maybe. Alright, please do not hit Queller. You can hit anything else. Actually, I lied. No Wanderers either. No Wanderers, no Quellers. Just hit double Lord. Selfless Spirit Wanderer. They sack and counter, so I have to hit exactly land. I have to hit exactly land Play with Fire now. Or Wild Slash. So close, man. So close. Alright. Rending Volley's in. Chain Whirler, I think, in. Chandra's certainly coming out, I believe. I'm not sold on Phoenix Chick in this matchup at all. This seems like a really middling threat. I'm actually going to cut these and bring in Chain Whirlers instead. Card just, like, kind of sucks. 20 cuts to make? That's funny, Matt. My limited luck has from last Friday has seemed to transition over to today a little bit. It's been pretty brutal. A lot of mulliganing. At least you can cut the 75. It's fair. They do, Daniel. Yeah, I am aware. Some of them are main decking them. And I think main decking them is actually pretty good right now with how good Rakdos is. But Not a good card against mono green, so you're like giving up percentage against green to gain a lot of percentage against Rakdos, so it's interesting. Oh, he would like to take the play, please. Man, dude. We just cannot open good hands with this deck today at all. I don't think I can keep a hand without a threat. This hand is just awful. I mean, it deals with some of their stuff, but it just doesn't get on the board. I think I have to mulligan this. Like, I can, like, turn 2, play with fire, and light it up, but it's just not good. Oh. Can I go to 5? I mean, this hand is just bad. This hand will just not win. There's just no way. I'm going to 5. I'm not keeping a hand that just doesn't have a play on turn 1. It's ridiculous. We play like 12 of them. 2 cards. Probably Mountain Ramanap. I think so. I'm going to lead on Kumano this game. Would like a bigger Soul Scar, I think. Go. It's pretty good. I guess we're going to put the counter on that one. Oh, we're trying to make our mulligan to 5 work on the play. So far today with Mono Red, we've mulled to 4 and we've mulled to 5. That is not a recipe for success. But I do think they were mulligans. Those hands were just awful. That is not how you beat Spirits, is not putting a threat into play until turn 3. Sure. They can tap something. Wait, what? Attacking? Deal. Draw. They can't even block. Blocking's not even an option. I think here I just hit them for 5, play Soulscar Mage, say go, to try and get maximum prowess out of the Spikefield Hazard next turn. I cannot believe they attacked. Imagine just tapping the Swift Spear here, but they're going to take 1,000 damage instead, which I'm fine with. Play this. Go. It's a little dangerous to wait, but I really just want to maximize my prowess value here. And if they have a Lord, it's a Catilda. Catilda's pretty disgusting. I think this just has to happen for now. Not good for me at all, but they're smart. They just hang back this time, yeah. Combat. No taps. I was say, tapping the Wanderer and the Shacklegeist seems almost free. Okay, combat. Attack all. They were like still actually in pretty okay shape here because I can Spike Field the Wanderer and then the Catilda's going to get exiled. All right, Matt, sounds good. Hopefully that one will go better for me than the last one did. I can't believe they didn't sack that. It's odd. Okay, damage. Tilda into the exile zone. Play a Soulscar Mage. Your turn. Well, they obviously have a collected company. I think I just need to put Obosh in hand and say go. There's no reason to send everything into death here. Go. Let's try and draw some spells. Sure. Yep. Makes sense. It's just getting countered. It's pretty disgusting. We do get prowess triggers, I guess. Spell Queller's worst possible, so I'm sure they probably have it, but cannot imagine anything worse than that here, to be honest. No shot. No shot you let that resolve. Really? So what? They just... What are they trying to do here? They didn't sack a Wanderer to counter that? It's not going very good, Igloo Boy. We're having a rough day. I've mulled to 4 and 5 thus far with a red deck. It's not ideal. Actually, 0-3 on the day. Do I attack? What is in their hand? It's not Spell Queller. They certainly would have quelled. Do they just have nothing? It's possible. But then they would have countered. There's like no way they don't counter if they don't have a play here, right? They could just have Rattle Chains. I can't really beat a Rattle Chains anyway, though, to be honest. We'll see what they do. If they tap, I guess I know they have nothing. Probably tapping Swift Spear with Phantom and a Wanderer and then trying to walk me... Alright, so they didn't even tap. I mean, if they have chains, I, like, pretty much am dead anyway, right? It's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's just pray. I've just got to pray they have nothing. I don't know. Yeah. I'm aware, Daniel. Yeah, I mean, I just, like, couldn't beat it anyway, though, right? Like, what do I do? Just, like, I have to attack. Like, I can't beat this sequence regardless. Yeah, we were uber dead. Man, oh man. I'm not used to this with red. Usually I do really well with these mono red decks, but we have been... One, we've been running cold, and two, Skewer the Critics and Phoenix Chick look as horrible as they've always looked when I've played. Like, I've always hated Skewer. And we've had multiple openers with, like, Skewers and not a threat, whereas, like, if I were playing the other red deck, they would have been Eidolons, which would have been very good multiple times. I'm not saying Eidolon is necessarily good right now, but what I am saying is that Skewer the Critics is a awkward card. Yeah, the moles are killing me. The mole to 4, the mole to 5, like bad 7, just tons of bad 7s. Like even 7s that I've been keeping have been very like middle of the road. Like I have not seen a good hand yet. This is a good hand. There we go. That is actually a good red hand. The first one we've seen today. Don't even have to think about mulling this. I think I'm definitely going to lead on Swift Spear here, more than likely. Then I lose the permanent counter. It actually might just be better to Kumano first. Because this is going to get through for damage. I'm going to get Spectacle. Yeah, I want the permanent buff. And then this will flip faster. I think that's just a much better line. Yeah. Yeah, Igloo Boy, I agree. I think Hazoret is way better against Rakdos, right? People are less prepared for it. I like main deck the Chain Whirlers. Maybe I could try like 2 Phoenix Chick and Hazoret or something. Just not the full 4. I just feel like it's too many 1s. There's too many dead cards off the top that don't have enough impact. Could stomp their Mystic, but I think that is worse than just doing this. I guess I can skewer their Mystic. Maybe I have to skewer their Mystic. Yeah, that's probably the right play, actually, is skewer the Mystic. We can light up next turn just fine. I'm going to skewer the Mystic. I think that's the play here. So this is a spot where skewer looks really good. I will give it that. Yep. Okay. Very good draw. Yeah, Igloo Boy, Obosh has been pretty mid so far. And not getting to play Roast. We ran into Shieldred, and I just have no clean answer to Shieldred. I have to hope my opponent blocks. And then I have to hope they don't have another one. Like, I'm just auto getting 2-for-1 on a Shieldred every time, minimum. Which is just horrendous in this format. The question is, how do we want to play this? I think it's just stomp your guy, attack, then light up the stage. It's just not let my opponent function. That is potentially fair, Chris. I lose a damage if I play it that way, though. I wanted to not miss a point of damage there. I wanted the prowess, which is why I did it the way I did. Stomp doesn't really do anything else, right? Like, Stomp only kills elves in this matchup for the most part. And I'd rather be, like, play with Firing Face than not doing that, you know what I'm saying? So I think losing a damage there is poor, personally. I get that it keeps the options open, but, like, Mono Red definitely doesn't want to miss points in a spot like that, and I don't think the Bone Crusher is doing me much else than killing Elf in that matchup other than going face. But we know we're going to kill the Elf there. So I think that was right. Alright, well, the Whirly Boys are coming in. Ferocidon's always interesting against Mono Green too. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be in, but I'm going to cut all these. Another thing I really hate about this build is that it can't deal with... I guess it could play Reckless Rage. if you wanted to deal with Old Growth Troll, but then you need to have a flipped Kumano to exile. Losing Lava Coil is a huge deal. That's true, Chris, but they have to have an untapped green source, which isn't 100% there. It could be a shock land too, but they could just have Nykthos. The only games I ever seem to lose to green with red are when they have the really explosive mana draws, and usually when they win the die roll, so that's why I did it that way. I almost wonder... I kind of want Ferocidons too, but probably not supposed to do it here. Alright, let's try this. And I know, Chris, we were talking about the Soul Guide Lantern. Some number of Soul Guides coming in to hit a storm. I think that is an interesting approach. I don't know that's what we're supposed to do, but it's interesting. Sand is pretty awkward. Sand is just slow as molasses. I don't know that I'm supposed to keep this. It's also awkward because I don't even want to kill the turn 1 elf because I have Chain Whirler, but I'm kind of in a position where I almost have to. God, our hands have looked just medium as heck today. Play 16 1-drops, can't open one. I think the hand is like... Yeah, there's just no way we can keep this, right? It just doesn't get anything into play. Like, what is this hand doing? I'm going to mulligan this. The classic triple Ramanap Ruins hand, huh? At some point, I have to keep a hand, but this hand is also just terrible. They would just hope to top deck a 1-drop creature, I guess, with this hand. And I think I'm going to bottom a Ramanap, to be completely honest. Alright, sounds good, man. See you, dude. Could bottom a Skewer, I guess, too. Kind of close. Triple Ramanap. It's just, like, so frickin' awkward. I'm going to bottom a Ramanap. I don't know. That's close, I think, but... this could definitely be a game where just going upstairs with a bunch of burn is good. Okay, they didn't have an elf on turn 1. Okay, that's a really good draw. Them not having an elf there was really nice. And then us getting to deploy this. Yep. Okay. Counter on it, combat attack. If they block, I Wild Slash. If they don't block, I just hold. So I want to be able to turn on Spectacle here. Ooh, do they not have another mana? Oh, they do. Opponent get me excited there. Probably turn off auto yields here. Haven, sure. Very unlikely I would do anything, but okay. Really would like an untapped land. That is really awkward. Things have not lined up super well this game. Unfortunately for me, had I bottomed the Skewer, it would have been like a third land here would have been great. I obviously didn't know I was never going to draw another land again. think it was correct at the time, but I don't know. If I can Wild Slash, let's just... This is actually okay. I'm going to Wild Slash, pay a life. Then I'm going to light up the stage. Hopefully we can hit another land, ideally. They just need to go for damage output here with Trip Skewer in my hand, so let's just try and do this. See what they do. They kind of have to block the 2-2. If they block Swift Spear, yep. If they block Swift Spear, it gets exiled. Well, an opponent in a lot of trouble here. I mean, we have 9 points of damage in our hand. If I can top deck a land, I can go Stomp You, Skewer You, and then if we top deck another land, we just go Skewer You for game. So we'll see what happens. That can't be good for me. 5 mana at the moment. Probably about to be a lot more. Okay. Okay. Don't do it to me, opponent. Okay. No Storm and not a second Nykthos, so game feels very much within our grasp here still. I cannot believe they didn't attack for 4 there. This can't get in, so I just have to stomp them. They have a Lair of the Hydra, though. I'm so dead. Curious if we could have won this game if I would have kept the land. It's, like, in theory, it's definitely possible, but I would be a skewer down. Really frustrating just having lethal in hand, but we can't deploy. Maybe they make a uber aggressive attack and find a way to lose. I don't know. Again, I cannot believe they didn't push 4 damage last turn. That effectively would have killed me on this combat because they could have fired up a huge lair and just attacked with everything. I have to chump the lair. I take 10. I go to 1, and then I can't tap Ruins for mana, so I just, like, lose. But fortunately, they did not send their Old Growth. It's not going to matter. But still a bad no attack from them. I guess I don't know what's in their hand. Maybe it makes sense given the contents of their hand, but... Okay. Yeah, it's pretty gross. Their first storm was not particularly good. Oh boy. Yeah. Yep. At this point, we're just probably getting information off this game. See if they have like the... I know there was a Sky Sovereign build in the main deck this weekend. 2 in the main, 1 in the board. So we'll see if they have that going on. This game's just like actively impossible for my opponent to lose, I think. They have more storms, probably. There's something going on here. Oh, another one of those, sure. Hi. Yeah, I mean, I'll take. There's just no way we can win, but yeah, that ain't it at all. Okay. Don't think I want anything out of here. Ferocidon is interesting to me. I wonder... I feel like Ferocidon has to be good on the play. Just absolutely has to be. Every creature dealing them a damage and having Menace is very real. I wonder if Chain Whirler is actually not good against... There's no way Chain Whirler's bad, right? I really don't... I feel like trimming a light up the stage makes some amount of sense. I think we could go to 3 of those. I don't want to get flooded on them. I don't really want to cut my removal, but at the same time, what if we like trim a couple Bone Crushers because Stomp is kind of slow? I actually might try that. I also like Ferocidon with Obosh. Getting a double ping on every ETB is pretty ridiculous. What if I actually trim one more Stomp for the last light up the stage, being that we're on the play? I might actually try that. Let's see if this works. In theory, this makes sense to me. We'll see how it works in practice. Could be a heinous mistake, but I'm willing to be wrong. Hand's very good. So how does this one want to sequence? They can just go Soulscar on 1. He goes Soulscar on 1, Kumano or Swift Spear Kumano on 2, Chick Light Up on 3. I think that's how we're going to sequence this. Not certain that that's right, but it's what we're going to do. I think it's going to maximize damage output for sure. It seems very efficient. Awkward we can't kill an elf, but here we are. Maybe they won't have one again. Opponent's going to be at 15 here. All right, no elf there is massive. We have a very quick draw. Okay, that is really busted too. Yeah, I can't imagine we lose this game. These kind of games are why you play mono red right here. Draws like this on the play are just... what can anybody do? But we've also seen plenty of situations of why people don't play that much mono red today. Just like really awkward openers, not a deck that mulligans well. But hopefully we can start turning it around this game. I'll be shocked if they can survive this game. Next turn, I'm putting them to like 7, I think. Yeah. Oh, buddy. So we'll play Phoenix Chick, play Kumano, hit them for 7 total if you count the Kumano trigger, put them to 8. And then they can do whatever they want with their turn. I think they're going to be dead. Another option, if we're really greedy, if we really, really want the lightning fast draw, is we can go Kumano, light up the stage, try to hit an untapped land, which would then put them to 6. But I think that's a little too greedy. I mean, if we hit, they just 100% lose, but I think they're going to lose anyway, so let's just not spew off a counter on the Phoenix Chick. I don't think this hand needs to make that aggressive of a play. Opponents had enough. Phoenix Chick beat him into submission. Alright, well, nice to finally get a W on the day. Solid 1-4 thus far. Hopefully we just get all this out of the way before the NRG this weekend. I would hate to have a day like this at NRG. Especially being 13th place or whatever on the leaderboard right now. It would be nice to have some good finishes. To be completely honest, I'm not paying that much attention to it. If I do well, great. If I don't, whatever. No need to put more pressure on it. And the bigger event's Modern anyway, which is really sad, honestly, because I think Pioneer is a much more interesting format than Modern, but that's my personal opinion. I know some people might not agree with that, and that's fine. But Modern is by far my least favorite format right now, I think. I don't play that much Legacy. I could see how playing against Delver all the time gets annoying, but it's not something I have to deal with, so. Don't I like free spells? Terran Coleman? No, I don't. I think they're pretty poor game design, to be honest. Those ones are, like, at least when you... Do you like free spells, Terran? I really don't at all. This hand is fine. It's certainly not a mulligan. These are the kind of hands we need to be opening. At least in like the free spells with the elementals and forces and stuff, like usually they're 2-for-1s. Force of Vigor breaks that, which I've always hated. Ooh, are we playing against Orzhov here? There have been some Orzhov lists floating around that have done well. That was actually a really good draw. I think we're just going to lead on that here. Yeah, pretty likely. Very likely this might be a land drop this game, but either way, I'm just going to lead, I think, on that. Yeah, I want the counter. Always yield. Go ahead. Oh, it's just Greasefang. Maybe? Voice is not a Grease Fang card. What is this guy up to over here? Always yield to this. Jank. Yeah, Jank is probably a good answer. Well, I'm going to play land, play Swift Spear, I guess. Have to assume they're Nasika's Chariot deck. So they could block. They're not going to block. Okay. I think I just want to get this guy down now. Go. Guarantee me it has collected company? Yeah, probably. Probably right. Abzan dudes. That was a little odd. What? They're attacking? Have they lost it? They must have Fatal Push, right? There's no way you attack there without Fatal Push. Not a chance. Alright, so we've got a lot of fire we can throw at him here. Guys start with Play with Fire U? Maybe not. Maybe it's Spikefield Hazard U. The Play with Fire can exile the voice now that I have an etching. I lose value, but probably want to play this first. I'm going to Spikefield him. He has Fatal Push here. I just feel it. Don't know what else he'd be holding up. So maybe it's not a Coco deck then. Who knows? Another Swift Spear, huh? I feel like I just play that in attack. I feel like I'm getting Fatal Pushed more than likely. We'll see, though. So I can go play Skewer next turn. We've got a lot of damage here. No way. Okay. Well, we just got 8 damage upstairs. Yeah, I have an upkeep stop, so we can play with Fire them on the upkeep. I mean, I think they're just going to die here. We'll see if they can gain some life. Going to try to Siege Rhino me. Siege Rhino wouldn't be good enough here either. Okay, they definitely have a collected company. I guess I just do this upkeep. There's no real reason not to. See if we find something we like. It's like fine. We can do better though. I'm gonna bottom this. That actually is a little better, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, Skewer you. Skewer you. I would like to get more information out of this game, but like... I just would hate to like attack and then they Coco into ways to gain life. I don't know. Checks for 99 in B-roll. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. Weird game there. I really have no idea what's going on. I feel like Ferocidon's probably good. They're playing creatures. Chain Whirler might be good, too. Yeah, Chain Whirler. I don't know, they're an Abzan creature pile, right? So, like, you have to assume that the dudes are good. I'm on the draw. Chandra is probably pretty easy for them to pressure. I'm just going to do this. Then what? I think trimming a light up the stage makes sense. And maybe 2 skewers. That's probably what I'm going to try. I don't know. This is weird. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't really even know what they're doing yet. We saw a voice and a vanishing verse, and that's it. So they could just be a mid-range deck. They could be a collected company deck. They could be... yeah, I don't know. Oh, this being my only land is unfortunate. Oh, excuse me. I don't think we can keep this, sadly. It's very close. If this entered untapped, it'd be even closer. I'm going to mull this, though. Right, this one's a lot better. I can get rid of 1 Soulscar Mage here. Probably, unless we think double Soulscar is better than having a haste threat. I think this is the decision, though. We could get rid of the Ferocidon, but I think this card might do some good work against whatever he's doing. I guess if I do keep this, I can just go triple 1-drop. Maybe that's better. You know what? Let's keep all the 1s. Thinking about it more, I can just go Soulscar into Soulscar Swiftspear. Hard to argue with that. No! Alright, so there's Abzan mid-range pile. Sometimes you just gotta try to play Siege Rhino. So I'm imagining Siege Rhino's in their deck. We'll see, though. Voice. You got a voice. I will attack you. So if they no block, I just think I put Obosh in my hand here, actually. If they do block, I play with Fire their face. Okay. Yep. I think I just want Obosh. Very worried about Childred. Okay. I'm worried about a lot of things here, to be honest. They could have any number of things. Siege Rhino, obviously, would be really good. Okay. Just going to get this out of the way. Probably better to wait on the land drop there, but this is fine. Tech. It's kind of funny that Obosh dodges Vanishing Verse. Pretty nice. I think I play with Fire them. Then save Stomp for their token. Makes sense to me. Play with Fire you. Okay. I mean, I guess that card's, like, fine. It's not exciting, though. It's, like, fine, though. It's 2 damage after we get the Obosh in play. We'll probably play our Bone Crusher bigger. Yeah, I guess I keep it. It's, like, fine. Don't think it's something I'm supposed to bottom, necessarily. I think I'm just going to stomp their voice, like, or their token right now, just in case they're playing the flash 1/1 that makes a 1/1 in their deck. The raise the alarm effect. Okay, do they have another removal spell here? They might. I'm fine. I mean, if they do, they're down to 1 card, like, whatever. Okay. And like I said, I think I just need to stomp this thing right now. Not trying to get blown out by any instant speed shenanigans. And certainly do not want that elemental to get bigger. They could blow me out with like a village rights here, I guess, but I can't play around everything. Okay. Sure. Just gonna play a Obosh attack. Trophy. Okay. I'll take my 2 for 1 and be happy about it, I guess. Oh, that was still in my... I thought that was in beginning of... I'm so dumb. I should have played this for the extra damage. To be fair, he should have waited until I declared combat, so really... I should have never had the option, but considering he gave it to me... Because I'm going to play this, because it makes this a 5-4 next turn, which is pretty nice. That actually pushes it through Siege Rhino if he is playing it. Pushes it through Shieldred, too. Yeah, we'll play it second main. That's what should have happened regardless, but I screwed up by clicking through there for sure. Yeah, there's very little shame. I agree. I'm not very ashamed of it because it should have never happened if my opponent was playing well, but so it wasn't even something that I thought was an option. I was kind of just clicking blindly there. If he lives at 1, then max shame, yeah, for sure. I agree. Okay, that's actually... I think it's still better to get the counter on this. Just in case he is playing... Like, he almost certainly has removal here, though. So it might be better to diversify what is good. We could den and play mage. We can also just play a bone. Like, I think I want to play a 5-4 or a 4-3 here for sure. The real question is, do I put the counter on the Soul Scar or do I put the counter on the bone? If I put it on the bone, that pushes it through big stuff like Siege Rhino and Shieldred. If I put it here, that diversifies threats. I think it's kind of close for sure. I actually might put it on this. Although, like, if you're playing Abzan, you're playing Siege Rhino, right? There's just, like... I assume it's in his deck. It has to be. I just also assume he has removal, though. He has 2 cards and did nothing. Opponent just concedes out of frustration of how long I'm taking. Alright, whatever. I don't care. If you don't like the red player that thinks about his plays, you don't like good Magic, I guess. Easy clap, yeah. I will take wins to people who just want to concede to my pace of play. That is fine. Grr, me count to 20. Yeah, that's fair. That's not how I play red, that's for sure. Sometimes I probably overcomplicate things a little bit, but... I don't know, I like to think when I play this game. This hand's nice. Alright, we've started to open good hands, and our results have tremendously improved. So I think early on we were just kind of running a little bit cold, which is, you know, it is what it is. I also made a mistake in the humans match, right, where I passed through the upkeep and didn't play with fire and lost myself a game. So that happens. Hips don't lie. That's funny. Alright, mono white. Guess we're playing Phoenix Chick here to enable light up the stage next turn. Really worried about him just putting a counter on the Hopeful Initiate with some effect this turn. That would suck, but kind of just have to let it happen. Okay. Sun Gold Sentinel. Okay. Interesting. So do I want to get the other chick into play? Do I want to light up the stage? I feel like lighting up here makes a lot of sense, and then I might just play with fire this off the board. This in play doesn't do me that much this turn, I don't feel like, whereas killing this does me a lot. Yeah. I'm going to attack and light it up. That's certainly utilizing our resources the best. Alright, now things may have changed. So, God, he gets a counter on that Hopeful Initiate, though, if I don't play with fire this Sentinel. Question is, can I outrace him if I just, like, play Kumano here? I might be able to outrace him. I think I'm going to try to outrace. I'm just going to do this, probably. I could do this, too. But then I don't get a counter on anything. You'd kill Sentinel. Yeah, I think it's really close, Terran. I really do. What we have to ask ourselves is, if my opponent just goes land Extraction Specialist or land Adeline, what is the best play for us to make? And I actually don't know that it is the play with Fireline. But you just like burning things. That's fair. I think I'm gonna go with the Kumano, because I feel like we need to play around him playing Adeline or Specialist. Now, to be fair, he might not have another land. Mutavault might signal not having a third land drop. But it's hard to know for sure, because this does set up, like, just fire this up attack. I'm going to live dangerously. We're going to take some damage, but I think in the long run, this is going to give me a lot more damage on him. And I think it's going to set us up to win the game the best. Could be wrong. But I kind of feel an Adeline in my future here. And if they don't Adeline me, I think that's a win. Getting to play a 2-2 Phoenix Chick here is big game. That's annoying. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad for me. Definitely getting punished for my line. Monka S? Yeah. Yeah, so maybe a little too aggressive. Game is still winnable, though. It's just going to be really hard. Alright, we certainly have to play defense, I think. Are a couple of 2-3s good enough blockers? Probably. I just want to put the counter on the Phoenix Chick. Play this. Should have played Chick first. That was terrible. Oh well. The counter here is not the worst. Literally said I was going to do it and then just didn't do it. Dumb. Alright. Well, let's do this. Attack for 2. Go. Leave up play with fire. See what we can set up next turn. Definitely got a little too aggressive this game, I suppose. Although, had we killed the Sentinel, we still would not be in an amazing position. They would have a 3-2, a 1-1, and a 2-3. They would have hit us for 2. I don't know. The game would be significantly different. Okay, Brutal Cathar. That's brutal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So this is an attack. This is a lethal attack. Opponent's draw here was pretty good. It was always going to be hard to win this game, I think. What is the best play? Kill this. I get a blocker. Doesn't really matter. Guess I just have to kill this. Yep. Don't think that's going to do it for me, unfortunately. Even if I hit a removal spell off the top here, I'm still just dead. Alright. Like I said, I'm not sure we win that game regardless. Phoenix Chick is not very good in this matchup. It, like, gets pressure, but it forces you to have to race, and there's no option. Just, like, kind of awkward. I do think I'm going to keep it in on the play, but on the draw, I might even take it out of the deck. I don't really care that it enables Spectacle. I don't think that's, like, a good enough reason to just keep a 1/1 haste flyer in that can't block, but maybe it is. Best play is thinking about sideboard options, yeah. I don't know. I almost wonder if I just cut Phoenix Chick anyway. This card kind of blows in this matchup. Which doesn't... I mean, it enables these, but I'm going to... Like, it's either cut Skewer or cut Chick, in my opinion. I think we'll do it like this. On the play, we'll have no Skewers. On the draw, we'll have no Chicks. Probably how I want to approach this. Let's just be max aggro on the play. Chick's like fine here. Really wish we had one less land, but I'm going to keep it because we enabled light up with this. Do not think this hand is very good, but it is barely a keep. Play the chicken wing. Go. That blows. Oh, that's a pretty good draw, though. Probably one of the best in my deck. Swift Spear was probably the best draw, but we can draw that next turn. Play this, trigger, light it up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, now we're talking. No creature there is upsetting, but we could always hit a one-drop creature off the top here. Let's get to triple spell on turn 3, potentially. Thalia here would be disgusting. Thalia is really good because it forces me to have to Rending Volley it. Okay, that's embarrassing. Draw. That's not a very good draw. Kumano. Kumano. I think I play this here and leave up Rending Volley to kill an Adeline. Humans is such an annoying deck to play against because it's so hard to know when you're supposed to use your removal because they're a Brave the Elements extraction specialist deck. So, like, killing things at sorcery speed can oftentimes be really bad. God. I have to go for it now, and then they get to Brave the Elements. Oh, it's frustrating. Yeah. Brave it up. Okay. Well, all in all, that went pretty well for me. Okay, that's pretty nice. You want a Spike Field Hazard their guy, put Obosh in hand, probably. And attack. Not putting Obosh in hand means that I can fire up Den next turn, though? Huh. Den isn't very good into the Adeline they're going to play, though. I think I just want to put the Obosh in hand, but it's close. I mean, I could certainly hear the argument for just playing this land here. They don't have it? Bro, they missed a land. They definitely have Adeline over there. They didn't have Brave, obviously, but... They have either Extraction Specialist or Adeline or both. I'm feeling it. Let's hope we can dodge a land drop from them. Uh-oh. And it's a utility land, too. Yeah. Worst case. Maybe I wasn't supposed to attack. Well, that was a really good draw, thank God. Obosh. Combat, attack you for 12. They literally have to lose their Adeline now. Alright, Obosh looking hot here. Just dead on board if they don't block, so I'm pretty sure they have to block. It's literally a hit for 12. Okay. Well, that's got to be just great for me. And it gets exiled. I don't know that the 3-drop getting exiled is insanely relevant, but I'm expecting Brutal Cathar here. Yep. Now we can fire up Den, though. Den can come at him now. And both these. Really? That is a interesting attack. Now they've locked themselves into blocking with Brutal Cathar. Oh, that's pretty nice. So let's see here. I just fire up Den, though, right? Like, if I fire up Den, they can go to 2, but that leaves them dead to the Ramanap. Hurry, put Obosh back in the command zone. Yeah. That'd be pretty good, wouldn't it? Alright, let's do this. Fire this up. They just have, like, no good blocks here at all. I think their only winning line is to hope I don't have a land drop. So they just, like, have to put 1-1... Oh, really? Okay, I don't think that's a winning line, because now I get a Bosch back. Like, and then they also just take 4 and go to 2, dead to the... Yeah, they're just so dead. It's like, complete disaster game for them, missing all these lands. Sure, put themselves to not dead to the Ramanap ruins, but now I have an Obosh in play again, and here's another Den of the Bugbear for you. And we got to keep the 1-1 Goblin. Looks like we're going to be going to Game 3 here. I cannot imagine a sequence where we lose this game. Make our money back? Yeah, I hope so. Alright. I feel like Chick is garbage on the draw. I think that is the last threat I want to be playing. And I want to get some skewers back in my deck for more removal. I don't know, though. It's interesting. Chick does enable the... It's their, like... I'm trying to think if there's something else I could cut, but everything else just makes sense in the deck. I feel like I want skewers, but maybe I don't. Skewer is pretty hard to convert, so maybe we just keep it... Like, if I cut the Phoenix Chick, it might be hard to get damage. I don't know, though. I can get damage with my prowess creatures. They're pretty much... They're so hard to block, effectively. Chick turns on Skewer, I know, but we need Skewer in the deck. is the problem. And I feel like Skewer is supposed to be in the deck on the draw for sure. I feel like I just want to maximize on my burn spells here. Take 2 out, put 2 in. That's one way to solve this. All right. I don't think that's the worst. One thing, actually, you know what? I'm going to trim a light up, being that we're on the draw. And I'm going to have 3 skewers in my deck. So we have 14 one-mana plays. I think I like that. When I was playing Hazared, I only had 3 light-ups in my main deck anyway. I think it's, like, completely reasonable, honestly. Oh, this hand is just terrible. There's no way I can keep this hand. Like, this is just worst 1-drop to have with this kind of hand. Yeah, we got to mull that. All right, this is pretty sick. I think I put back a light up the stage here. One of them will be fine. I feel like 2 is being greedy. All right, one of the 2 Phoenix chick looking good here, gotta say. Looking just adorable. Look at this little Phoenix. He's ready to get to work. Do I need to leave up Rending Volley to respect Luminarch Aspirant? Probably not. I'm going to check. It's a shame this thing can't block. Would absolutely hold it back here. Send the birds. We're sending it. There it goes. Okay. Okay. A little bit awkward because now I'm like incentivized to kill this 2-1, which can train both those, but I don't want to kill it because I have Chain Whirler. Hard times. All right, well. Kumano is pretty gross. I just need to not light up the stage here. Next turn is going to be Chain Whirler, I think. So let's, I guess, do this. God, killing the 2-1 feels so bad, man. So bad. But giving him counters feels terrible, too. Maybe I just attack and light up the stage. Maybe that's step 1 here. Yeah. We'll attack and light up. Okay. Makes me want to kill the bodyguard even more, to be honest. I think I just need to kill the bodyguard. It's so bad if he plays land Adeline here, though. Like I said before, this matchup is just... I guess we... What am I doing? I could just Rending Volley one of these. Why don't I do that? That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I don't know. I'm losing it. This was always the right play. I don't know why I even talked about doing anything else. Think I do it now to play around Brave the Elements. This is what I'm talking about, man. It's so tough because, like, they could have Extraction Specialist or Adeline, so, like, using this main phase is so awkward. But getting blown out by Brave is awkward, too. But I guess Brave is always going to be good. So maybe I just do this if they go to combat. If they Brave me, whatever. I don't know. That's tough. What up, Bossum? How's it going, man? Playing a really tough game with mono red here. I also like want to be able to convert this, so like, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna get blown out by Brave. It's gonna be awful, but yeah, I say wait until their turn 2. I've got to respect Adeline here. This is why the mono white deck is so good, is it's just impossible to know when to do things correctly. Probably just try to rending volley one of these. I guess we're still in the main phase. Let's go to combat. Now I try to kill one, I guess. Yep. It's fine. That was always going to be bad for me. It's so frustrating, too, because you can't even say it's a misplay. It's just a gamble. Like, what does my opponent have? Oh, thank God they're... Okay, they're hellbent now. I'm just going to... We have to let Bone Crusher go here. Chain Whirler is just way too good on this board. Which is really unfortunate, but Chain Whirler just locks up the ground. Hate losing this, obviously. I mean, we could, like... There's just no way I can not play Chain Whirler here. A 4-3 does stonewall them. That's true. So maybe we just play this now and hope they don't top deck an Anthem. I could see that, actually. Because an Anthem's bad for us with that play, too, I guess. Okay, I hear you out here. Just playing a 4-3 makes sense. All right, I'm into it. No matter what, a good top deck here is going to be a good top deck with regardless how we play this, so... Definitely qualifies. That was always going to be good, though. Would have taken less damage, though. Alright, so I can Chain Whirler and then Light Up. It's fine, Terran. I mean, that was a good draw regardless, right? There's nothing we can really do about that. If they're going to draw perfect, whatever. They just have to go Chain Whirler Light Up here. Got to get a guy off the board. Could go Kumano Light Up, but I've just got to get a blocker out here. If they top deck me again, so be it. I suppose I could also play Swift Spear to have another blocker this turn. And then next turn I can... Yeah, maybe that's actually better. Why couldn't they draw a land, though? Dude, I don't know, man. I ask myself these questions often. So if I play this, I'm not dead to another one of these. I'm basically dead to another one of these, but not 100% dead. So maybe I actually Swift Spear here, and then next turn go Kumano, light it up. It gives me a bunch of prowess triggers, too. I kind of like getting the permanent counter on this, though. Well, I guess I won't, because... Yeah, never mind. What am I talking about? I think this play just makes more sense. It makes attacking more awkward for him, too, because, like... Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay. Got a pass, which in turn flips this. That's actually really bad. I actually cannot cast 2 spells here. Oh, this is terrible. Just have to play this, put Obosh in hand. Maybe just light up the stage on its own. Huh. Yeah, I don't know on this one. This is a very difficult turn. Guess I don't hate just picking up a Obosh. Then we're just going to lose to these flyers in a few turns, though. Poggers, yeah. I think I like buy a Obosh. What happens if they fire this up and attack all out? They still don't have me dead. Close to dead, though. I guess if I double spell and hit a shock, I don't care if they eat something else because I just kill it and get them both back. Yeah. Rending Volley would be nice for sure. Block. Oh, now they can train too. Yeah, I'm in huge trouble. I think I just need to get lucky and hit a shock. If we hit any shock, this flips back, and then I can kill it after it eats something else. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. I think we just have to do it this way. A lot of hits get the job done here. That'll do it. That'll do it. And then I can play this here too. Could attack, but I don't think that's smart. Attacking is actually kind of interesting to me. So they eat, that forces them to eat this, and then I just like get them both back. They still don't have good attacks. This is not a, like a 2-3 is a fine blocker, but I might want to cheat in some damage. I think I'm going to try to cheat in some damage. It's only a 3-3. Yeah, we don't have to pay the ward when it flips back, though. I'm going to attack here. I agree we want Chain Whirler as a blocker. Really? Okay, damage. It's an interesting block. I'm happy with it, I think. Very happy with that exchange. Okay. Okay, I think I just kill this right now so they can't, like, top deck a Brave. I guess I let the trigger resolve to get an extra damage, right? So trigger resolves, still upkeep, kill this. There we go. I think we're in really good shape now. Them throwing away an Initiate for his Swift Spear just made, like, 0 sense. Because now Brave the Elements isn't even that dangerous. Oh, that's disgusting, but... At least I can go land, cast this, put a Bosch in my hand. So they're not going to get to flip this again. I'd like it if my opponent would stop drawing insanely well off the top of their deck. I have to hold that. I can't fire up Den reasonably here. Yeah, so I just got to do this. think we just sit back. Next turn I can play Obosh and get a very real attack in. Yeah, there's no reason to get crazy here and rumble with anything in case he top decks the third Brutal Cathar or whatever, so go ahead. Imagine not ripping the card you need every turn. Yeah, it's hard to imagine that because we have not been doing that and our opponent has been doing that, but you know, sometimes it just is the way it is. I think we've played a really good game here. And we should be happy about that regardless of the result. We've played a good game of Magic. Okay. So I Obosh and crash for 10 with a 5-4 here. Okay, that's a pretty okay draw, all things considered. I may not play it, though, because I don't want this to flip. So let's just do this and crash for 10. Let's see what they do. Crash in with the team? I don't know, man. This has first strike, so it just kills this. I don't think I like that. If we crash with team, they just first strike this off. It seems poor to me. I think I'd much rather just do this. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Yeah, it certainly has first strike. We're not going to be too crazy with that. Okay, damage. Second main. Play this. Don't cast my spell. Go. Now, they could double spell me here, which would suck, but certainly still beatable. There's too much text while I'm working on schoolwork. Fair enough, dude. Makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, god dang it. And now they both flip. This has been really tilting. My opponent's just peeling left and right here. Can we rip a removal spell to punish? Well, the game's over if I draw a removal spell for this. He's putting all the things that, like, there's a Chain Whirler under here too, so... The thing is, we still haven't lost the game, but this is just, like, really stupid. Well, now we're dead to a Brave the Elements, which is particularly frustrating. I need to try to walk him into a block. I guess fire this up. I've got to fire up a Den here, right? Den is certainly the play. I think I'm actually going to rumble here with the Bone Crusher as well. I don't know. That's probably a little dangerous. Maybe I rumble with Etching. That's probably bad too. God dang it. I just, like, we cannot give them time. Giving them time is super... I guess we have, like, tons of great top decks, so maybe it's just this. They'll trade here, hopefully. That's tough, man. Etching is fine, but dangerous. I think I am going to send it in. It's just awkward because they have Mutavault to attack with, too. I'm just going to send here. I don't know. This is a really frustrating situation because, like, we're not in a great spot to push, but we're not, you know. Yeah, it's a smart block. Now we're dead to Brave. Think I just play both these, like, go. Maybe we were just supposed to send the Bone there. It's tough, because I'm thinking about if they, like, top deck a Lieutenant, right? We still want, like, good blocks. Bodyguard's protecting the Brutal Cathar with 1 under it. Go. That's a disaster. Oh, come on, dude! Draw a land, you animal. That's like 5 spells in a row. Come on, man. Just 4 lands versus my 8? Give me a break. Oh, jeez, dude. I don't even know how I get out of this anymore. Like, I guess I need Chain Whirler. A Chain Whirler off the top kills all of this garbage. Yeah, I guess light up into Chain Whirler burn spells like best possible. I cut a light up, so I feel like a real idiot for that now, but I don't think you can plan to like just draw this heinously in a game. Turn too late. Turn too late. Oh my god, dude. I like can't cast it right now either. There's no way that that's right. Soulscar. Oh, you're right. You're right. So it gets neg counters. So we get all this back. Good call. It being indestructible doesn't actually matter. That's funny. Resident Burn player. Yes, thank you for catching that. Smart. So they should have eaten both our Soul Scars. So they messed this up. We should not have a Soul Scar in play right now. I would imagine, because we get Obosh and Bone Crusher back, and Chain Whirler, which I believe will deal 2 to everything. Well, he kind of has to sack it, right? Because, I mean, it's going to die to Chain Whirler anyway. Who cares? Like, yeah, I mean, Chain Whirler just kills the entire board here. And then 2's our opponent. And then we just attack for lethal. What a hilarious turn of events. Them not taking the Soul Scar lost him the match. Now I get to fire this up too, which isn't particularly relevant, but he just loses his entire board. That is the most comical thing I've ever seen. Alright, combat. All at you. Oh, he's got to be furious. He did it to himself. He just didn't eat both Soul Scars. That's all he has to do to not be dead to that. Just a heinous mistake. Imagine never drawing lands and finding a way to lose a game anyway. Thank you all for catching that, though. I was going to miss that interaction. Alright, so a 2-3 and a 3-2. Very medium results, but when we started to draw a good mix of lands and spells, things went much better for us. Deck still feels pretty good. Yes, thank you, chat, for carrying me. I needed it. I needed it for that nice little 3-2.